Welcome to Western Integrated Systems PSIcapture demo of table extraction with calculations. So building on the demo 110, this is demo 115. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and capture information out of the 115 demo for accounts payable table extraction with calculations. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring those documents in. And when I bring those documents in, I'm going to bring in those TIFF images. There's about 14 pages of about 10 documents. I'm going to start that capture process. And again, just like the last demo, we're going to find that information. We're going to OCR that information, and we're going to essentially capture all the images at first. And then once I'm ready to go to move it on to the next stage, I have the 10 documents, and they have been essentially put back together here in the classification stage. So in the classification stage, it's putting all that, stitching it back together, doing the OCR process. And at that point, at the end of this, we should get a document, if not two, that will fail, hopefully just one. And it looks like we got one that failed, and it is, again, the document for the Clark Johnson company. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight the information for the name here. And you can see that fills in the information up here, and it creates our first rule. And our second rule is always going to be our fax number, because that's unique to the organization along with the name of the company. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we got that. Now we need to do our last page classification rules. And on the last page, we're going to do thank you for your business. And maybe we got a total. So those are a couple things that we can do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in our zone profile. These are the items that we're going to look at, like invoice number, date, who the actual purchase order number would be, who the vendor might be, the invoice total, the subtotal, which we're going to get here, this information. So all this good information that's in there. And then the purchase order number, we're looking at that. Well, the purchase order actually, where is that purchase order? So first of all, we're going to take the invoice number, I'll fix that. And the purchase order number is actually over here. And we're going to essentially resize this to be in this area over here. So we're going to just give it a little bit bigger box. There we go. And then we're going to do the table extraction. So the next step is to go to table extraction. We're going to create the table extraction zone just like we did in version 110 demo. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at that information for the table extraction. We're going to click on quantity. That's going to be our first zone. It's going to do our expression for us. And then we can click save. And I'm going to go through all these different ones pretty quickly, but we need item code. We're going to save that one. We're going to do description, save that. We're going to do price each. And the last variable, which is amount. So we're going to save that. Then we're going to do just like we did in the last one. We're going to change this to a numeric value for these particular ones. And then we're going to make the description as a multi-line for the multiple lines that it has. We're then going to define the fields. So we're going to do quantity equals quantity. We're going to do item code equals item, because this is what our accounting system is looking for, and the description. And then we're going to hit the drop down, and we're going to do unit price, and then we're going to do amount, which is the extended price from document. So we're going to do that. And that's pretty much it that we have to do for that. So we've created our document, we created our template, and now we're going to save that template. And we look at it, and now we got the check, so we know that Clark Johnson Company is good to go. And then we're going to go ahead and hit save. And what we're going to do at this point is to go ahead and reprocess it, say yes. You can see over here, it's going to reprocess pretty quickly, just those last document that it got. And at that point, we're going to get the information back, and it's going to OCR everything, stitch it back together. It's indexing that information. And at this point, you're going to get in the quality assurance step, it's going to give you back the information in the table. And you can see that it brought back all the information like it should, all the line item information, all that kind of stuff. But here you see that it didn't calculate something incorrectly, because the quantity times the unit price equals the extended price from the document, and the extended price calculated are actually different amounts. So these are corrected values that you might want to flag and take a look at. For example, we want to go into this line item and look at it. It's 1533, not 1553. That's what it got out of it. And 1826.33. But in the original document, extended price, it thought it was 1817.01, and then the total of 35,507.35 versus the 31,792.50. So it's flagging all these for any differences in the total amount. So then a human being could take a look at that information, review the document, make a call to the organization and figure out why something is not calculated properly. It could be just a simple addition or a multiplication issue. So that concludes the demo of the PSIcapture by Western Integrated Systems by Kofax for table extraction with calculations.